Welcome to Positive Waves. My name is Matthew Collinson, and here's my great friend.
Joseph Soma.
And today on the call, we also have Mary Frances again. Welcome back, Mary Frances.
Thank you so much for having me. It's a pleasure. Love speaking with you all.
Yeah, I always love having you on, man. You have such a great mindset, and you have this way about you that's really beautiful. So thank you for being here and spending time with us.
Thank you. And I love the topic for today.
Yeah, we're going to be talking about creating your own luck. Some people believe in luck, some people do not. And can you create it for yourself as we're going along in life? I wanted to do this today because I love my Leprechaun friends, and next month's coming. And I really love our clover too. We have a lot of clover in our yard, and it's really nice. I go look for 4-leaf clovers all the time just for funsies.
All the time.
Apparently there's a trick to that too, where you can actually like just scan it and your eyes will automatically catch on to it. I'm still working on it, but it's like you can do it really fast, and like you can actually find them pretty accurately if you let your eyes do the work.
See, I never see the clover. I'm busy looking at the bees on the flowers.
Ooh, I love the bees though, although I'm allergic to bees, so I try to not step on them.
I raise honeybees, so it's like, I look at them and I say, is that one of my girls? Or is that one of my neighbor's girls?
We got a honeybee queen in the house.
Yes. So just interesting fact, it is one of the first sources of food that comes up in the spring for the honeybees. So please, I wait forever to mow my yard just for that.
I do as well. I do as well. We actually enjoy them. No, we like seeing them. We know how important they are to our world. So thank you for also raising some. I'll have to get some of your honey anytime I come near wherever you're at.
Asheville. I'm in Asheville, North Carolina.
Asheville, North Carolina.
Wintertime, we do get snow, so it is beautiful right now, even though people go, it's so gloomy with the leaves not having the trees, or the trees not having leaves.
Yeah. He's not having leaves.
Well, the leaves don't have trees right now either because they're all on the ground.
Oh, they're all orphans now.
So back to creating luck. Under the tree, under the leaves are the clovers and luck and the pot of gold and all of that. But it is very interesting. Like you say, the symbol of luck is the 4-leaf clover, but that really isn't what's lucky. It's the power that you possess that is what helps your luck.
That almost puts like the belief factor into it. Like if you really believe in that 4-leaf clover, then you're really believing in yourself, and therefore you're really believing that you are lucky, and therefore do you become lucky?
Well, you believe, you achieve.
I was just agreeing exactly. That's it's all about the mindset. Just believing you're lucky, you'll be lucky. But you have to fully feel it, like Mary Frances said.
Where attention goes is where your power flows. So if you're constantly walking around with a mindset of doom and gloom, you're going to attract doom and gloom because that's what you set your magnet on. So when you set your magnet on all of these bright, wonderful, beautiful things, that's what's going to come your way because that's what you're putting into the universe.
Dude, that is so beautifully said. Well said, Mary Frances. That is exactly how I think as well. It's that magnet feeling that we all carry within us, and we choose to. We don't know that we have a choice, but we do choose to go in certain directions a lot of times, even though we don't even like want it, but we need it in our life in order to grow and become that more epic self that you're becoming by the end of our days, whatever that means to each of us. Hopefully really, really old in my bed. Going for that one.
Right. Yeah, and I've really learned that I'm working on a project right now. It's called The Secret of Happiness. And we've asked numerous people, in all genres, what is your secret of happiness? Is it something you believe? Is it something that you have to learn? Is it something you're born with? Or is it a choice?
I think it's probably a mix of a lot of it, honestly, because I think that there are times when that things come into your life and you become happy. There are times when you can find that happiness within when it seems like there's nothing else going on in the world. But if you can find that light within, then it becomes just a simple part of you that you can access anytime you want. But you have to be aware of it, and you have to accept that that's a piece of you as well. That goes with as much as the bad pieces, or not bad, but because none of it's bad or good, I don't believe. I just believe we're all meant to experience each of these.
Mhm.
For me, I'm definitely going to go with, and you choose to be happy, and yeah, things definitely can knock you down and get you off of that vibration or out of that alignment, but it's definitely something that you choose. You can have a shit event happen that totally destroys you, and you can sit in that energy as long as you want, or you can make that choice to start recovering, start healing, start finding your happy, start finding whatever it is that you need to pull through.
Dude, Joe, I gotta say, man, you're looking real smooth right now, man. I don't know what you did, but you look like real trim. You're looking like, ooh, like you look like a badass, dude. I love it.
My hair was
That's me.
driving me nuts, so I had to pull it back.
Oh,
It's too warm today to wear the fuzz hat inside too, so I'm definitely grateful for a little warmth today.
thought maybe it was a hangover from a Valentine's Day where you got all spiffied up for the girl and it just hasn't fuzzed out yet.
No, got my man bun kicking.
I love it,
Ah,
man. I love it. So creating our own luck. So I want to keep going into this. And another piece of it that I wanted to touch is by creating daily habits on how that creates luck in the long term. I believe it was Russell Branson, I think, maybe. He's like, the harder I work, the luckier I become.
ooh,
Sense.
It's like the more I work, the more lucky I am because it's like you're putting in the work. So it's going to happen some way, some shape, some form. It might not always be exactly to the vision that we had initially, but it's going to be pretty close and it's probably going to be better. I always suspect that it'll be better and it tends to be better and it gets better every time I go to imagine something else. So I think that's the part of being a beautiful creative creature that we all are, and that we can create that luck through these daily habits that we're always going on about in personal development and other thought processes.
right. I like that. I love that saying. Because obviously if you're not moving, you're not accomplishing anything, so you can't expect anything to happen.
Mhm.
So you have to work and move forward, and you have to, like you said before, you can't always be happy all of the time, but you can't be sad all of the time. You have to find that happy medium, and it's okay to have the teeter totter teeter. And it's going to be like that with luck as well. Some people say, oh, well, their luck wore out. Well, did their luck wear out, or is it that they need to find another goal to work forward to,
Mhm.
or to work harder for, in order for their luck to change?
I think that's the case. I think people aren't really out of anything. We never run out of our inner being. Like we don't run out of that. It just shifts and changes and moves along with whatever the heck we're moving along in here, whatever this experience is. I love this experience because we get to experience all of these little pieces, like the hard and the bad too. Those all suck. We all know that. We've all been through some serious times. We've all heard it. We all have stories. So there you go. But it's like, what do you do with it? Do you use that darkness to shine a light, which I love to do, or do you give in and repeat the cycle over again? And I'd rather not do that myself. And I hope that other people choose not to either.
Right. That's the meaning of insanity is, when that cycle just doesn't end of not getting out of it and making better for yourself. So yeah, I like that. I like that.
One I want to throw in there that reminded me of the one you shared, Matthew, and I may not have this remembered correctly, but it's something along the lines of you are the equivalent of the energy you put in. So if you half-ass everything, that's all you're going to get out of it. If you work really hard, obviously you're going to get there quicker and obtain more. So whatever pace you work at is roughly what the expectancy of return is. So if you're creating your own luck, the harder you work, the better that luck will be for sure.
Makes sense, man.
Definitely. Yeah, definitely. And why is it that we associate, first of all, only March is the Leprechaun month, but it's when you think of certain things, you think of luck, and you think of the pot of gold, the rainbow, and the leprechaun. And why do you think that is why do we have to have like such a symbol?
It's a good question. I have no idea what the answer would be on that. I think that we have symbols for everything. That's what our language is.
True.
It's a symbol for communicating. It's just a symbol. And we give the symbol the emotions, the feelings, the meaning, whatever that is. You can go to look at anything. It's been
I wonder if it's something as simple as we just need that something to hold on to. That's something to believe. Like in the older days, people would hang that horseshoe over the doorway as a symbol of luck for the household and whatnot. And I wonder if that's literally all it is just that's something to hold on to, that you visually see, that you don't have to keep it in your thoughts, because when you look up, it's right there. When you walk through that doorway, you see it. You might even have such an energetic tie that you feel the energy shift when you walk through that doorway.
There you go. Creating reminders that those anchors are important in any mindset training. Like when we create anchors, whether that's writing a notepad that you look at every day or a note card that's in your pocket, like Napoleon Hill or whatever says, or like Earl Nightingale, like The Secret, that kind of thing. It's the same thing. You're just repeating the same thing. Bob Proctor's big on the repeating as well.
Exactly. Yes.
All these greats have taught us what to do. It's just a matter of taking that into consideration and then applying it every day. But it's the everyday that we all get stuck in that becomes so difficult and hard sometimes. We all get stuck in those cycles. There's not one of us that escapes that, I don't think. And if you do, then tell me your secret, please. I'd love to hear it. But I feel
Definitely.
like, but it's when you say, well, I'm going to do it anyway, when you overcome that beast that's holding you down for a minute and you recognize that you created space to do that, that it gets easier and easier over time, like a habit.
Right. And again, that the repetitive, whether it be a repetitive motion or a repetitive thought, and that's why writing your affirmations. Bob Proctor was a great one for saying, write your affirmations 30 times a day. That's his thinking into results and the gold card and all of that. And take the gold card out several times a day, and just review your goal. Then too, like Alcoholics Anonymous and NA, they give you a chip to keep in your pocket. So when you put your hand in your pocket, you feel it, and you believe, and you regain your strength. So yeah, the feeling, the seeing, all of that definitely there are anchors. Yes.
Yeah, I think it's even bigger than that though, because it's also repetitive investing. If you keep investing into things, you're going to have a return of some kind. What that looks like depends on what your investment portfolio looks like. It's an M2 strategy. You got M1, M2, M3, so you're going to have to do all of them. Yay! I'm looking to make this an M1 strategy, but right now it's an M3 strategy. So yay! But this is life, you know. This is how we create these different strategies. But it's that repetitive movement. Again, it's always comes back to repeating what we want in our life. If you want good in your life, then you have to create good. You have to, that's where gratitude comes into play. I think that's why I created that course for our patrons. Like, because of that reasoning, I believe everything starts with gratitude.
That's where my journey started.
It's the smallest gratitude too. It's like, I'm here right now. I'm here. That's as good as I am right now. And I love it. I am grateful to be right here to experience this moment, even if it's a really hard moment.
Right. And when creating your luck, or really even creating your goals, as you're well aware, the more specific you are, the better that you explain the Mona Lisa to a blind person, the greater and better chances that you are of achieving exactly what you want with no question.
I think it's also approaching it with absolute faith that this is just going to happen. When it happens will be the perfect time that it's going to happen. I can't control that piece of it, but I can continue to go down my path towards that until I get there. And then once you get there, then you have to shape a new vision, because we don't sit around very well as humans.
Yes. Right.
Or we do too much of that. And I'm definitely guilty of that sometimes.
Oh, definitely want to throw out there, you don't want to chase too hard, or it's just going to keep getting further and further away from you. You do have to find that moment where you do sit back and just have that faith that it's coming to you. And like you said, Matthew, in that divine timing, in that perfect moment.
Yep.
I like what you just said, Joe, about how you chase it. It reminded me of something when I took my massage training. When you have a knotted muscle, you do not attack the muscle, because then the muscle will just fight back. It resists. Whereas if you approach it with tender love, caring, and kindness and caring, it will loosen and provide the relief that you're trying to get. So I definitely, I love the way you said that, is to not chase it too aggressively. I like that.
Exactly, yes.
Mm.
That so reminds me of I believe it was a Wayne Dyer speech I was listening to, and he was talking about how they were doing an experiment where they were essentially looking at the molecules of something on a screen across the world, essentially, but it was affecting the molecules across the world because our energy doesn't have limits, really. In a positive and a negative sense. They did both tests, essentially, like just pretend you like really hate this, whatever molecule they were working with. I wish I could remember what it was, but and it would be like it would separate. And then if they approached it in a loving manner, it would all come together.
Wow.
Yeah, it's interesting science out there. I think a lot of Dr. Joe Dispenza studies a lot of that too.
I think that's quantum entanglement, something like that.
It's
But
crazy.
yeah, I mean, similar experiences or experiments, excuse me, with water. Talking to your water, you can totally change the vibration and bring your own healing, prosperity, better sleep, good health, whatever you ask that water to bring to you.
Yeah, it's kind of like it's kind of like when you grow vegetables and stuff, it gives the effect, like the better vitamins and minerals to the people that grew it, to the people that they live around, essentially.
Talk to your plants, they do grow
Yeah,
better.
it's interesting. It really is interesting stuff out there. I think that that is part of why I wanted to have this conversation, is because it all also works with luck. It also works with anything else in life. Like pick a subject, we can have fun with it, but like luck in itself, I think, can be created over time if you create the right atmosphere, like anything else.
Yeah, exactly. Creating the right atmosphere, creating the right mindset for yourself, and just having that faith to believe you can bring to you what you need. And luck is a damn good thing right now. I'd be lucky to hit that mega mill or that Powerball, or hell, I'm not greedy. 500 grand would be great.
That's
You have better chances of winning if you play, though.
Exactly. I don't
Yeah.
play often enough. Every now and then I'll go out and grab a ticket when it's getting close to that billion mark.
So, Joe, you need a card pull. Do you have a card deck around you?
Yeah. Sitting here listening so intently, I didn't shuffle them yet. So let's see what the Rebel deck wants to say about luck and creating your own luck.
Drum roll, please.
Pops out. I guess I'll read the three of them. The one on top says, "Time to let go. Move the fuck on. Fuck. Shit is about to get real. Fuck. You need your people around you."
See, all of that's about luck, though, because if you stay wallowing in the pile of shit that's on the ground today, you're just gonna wake up and shit tomorrow. So you just gotta put it all behind you and move on. And yeah,
This one pertains to that. So get over yourself, pull your shit together, help people, give back, do good shit for humanity.
Oh,
That's awesome.
What you give is what you get. So if you're giving, helping others to empower themselves, you're empowering yourself and you're creating your own. So yeah, I mean, it doesn't
creating your
In
own
that
luck.
flow.
yeah,
Creating that flow.
word for word, it might not really have to resonate, but when you look at it as, the whole picture of it, it does. So yeah, just create your own.
I think they were read perfectly too. I think the way they just read them, like it took a second. I didn't quickly glancing, I didn't. I'm like, how is this really? But yeah, you're exactly right, Mary Frances. It totally fills and fits. So we'll definitely have to get images of these out and post them under with the video when we share it.
Oh my God, that was hilarious, man. I love that. It turns out so well every time. So how about a last word from each of you on creating your own luck? Go ahead, Mary Frances, and then Joe.
Really, I can only say, you are a magnet, and what you ask to attract or what you ask of the universe and what you put into the universe is exactly what you're going to get. So, I always tell people peace, loving, light, and many blessings. I say it with feeling. And I truly mean it. It's not like we program our children. If they hit you and say, "I'm sorry, it's okay that I did it." It's the intentions behind the words. So even saying good luck to somebody, say it with intention and it will really help them.
Exactly. I love intentions. And I want to just add to that start now. There's no time better than now. Can't do it yesterday. Why wait for tomorrow? All you got is right now.
Amen.
Thank you for being on here today, Mary Frances.
Well, thank you for having me. And I'm sorry, but you didn't chime in there with your last words.
Yeah. Trying to sneak out of here and stuff.
Well, everyone knows me pretty well now, I think, but it all starts within. So start developing your inner space in order to create the outer space that you want. So whether that be with luck or anything else, any other mindset, go after it. And with that, please subscribe and come and also support us on Patreon. We are looking for more patrons so that we can continue to grow the Positive Waves podcast. Thank you very much and have an awesome, awesome day.
Thank you all.